Alright. Hello. Everything should be good. I believe everything is good. There's very little delay, which is nice. That's always nice. Alright. Everything seems to be, properly running as I intended it to do so, although I do, whatever, I can't do that. Okay, so, yeah, we're here. We're gonna be playing some Kerbal Space Program, while also bringing up some discussion about, Kerbal Space Program 2. So, that'll always be fun, you know, so, yeah. Let me get back into the game here. Okay, so, we're just gonna be launching some, career mode, is what we're gonna be doing. Start new, career. Alright, cool. So, that's what we're gonna be doing. And, you know, some other stuff along the way, maybe, I don't know. So let's go ahead and load it up. That trailer, honestly, 10 out of 10, dude. 10 out of 10. I love that trailer, dude. Alright, so, it's loading up here. I hope everything runs good frame rate and quality wise, because, you know, this game is quite intensive and I have it on 1080p 60 FPS, so we're gonna see how that ends up going. But okay, here we are. We've got everything nice and set up, as I say again, properly as I intended. So, yeah. Pretty much, if you don't know, the way you play this game is you get contracts, launch missions, and explore the, system that you have that I'm about to show you right now, which is, load, which is this right here. You have the Earth, a moon, a second moon, and then you have all these planets. And one thing that I'm very excited to see in Kerbal Space Program 2 is the fact that once you're done doing all this stuff, you can go out into the stars and go to other systems too. So that'll be really fun and something that I'm definitely looking forward to in the future. Along with the fact that there will be multiplayer in KSP 2. So that's gonna be absolutely magnificent. You know, like I'm very excited for that. It's something that personally, me, someone with almost 1,500 hours in the game, I've been wanting for a long time. The only thing that I'm curious about is how time warps will work, but of course the game is still way in development, and you know, it says the launch of spring of next year, but honestly, I say just take their time and make an absolutely beautiful and stunning game, you know. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. So this one from any, okay, and then launch our first vehicle. Okay, cool. Let's grab that and grab that. The reason you want to grab these instead of just doing them is when you actually get these, you actually get the reputation, get the money, and get the science, more than you would from just doing it without that. So yeah, that's what you want to do. Grab the contracts. It's a really good way to, you know, initially start off very well and fast. So, you know, that's nice. That is always nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and load up into our spaceship builder place here. You start off with very limited parts, you know, a command pod and a couple of things. So what I'm gonna grab right now is just this, that, and yeah. Crew, I'm gonna switch out him for a scientist, because when you do science jobs, you get the scientist. It's just good to have that in your brain, rather than, you know, launch something and be like, oh no, I don't have my scientist. So, you know, good to, you know, just have that on hand, just in your brain, as a mental note or something, you know. Always good, always good. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for it to load up here, into the launch pad. And this isn't really a rocket as much as it is just, you know, grabbing some science and then, you know, doing all that. So you want to grab this, grab that, do an EVA report, grab that, a lot of science, and then crew report, grab that, boom, now we have a ton of science. And boom, and boom. And that should give us our contract, unless it needs, it to actually be sent through a thing, a transmitter. If so, we can easily get around that, because we can get a transmitter pretty fast. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, pretty fast. So, you know, we'll be able to finish that contract, hopefully, pretty fast. Complete, scientific data, and get it, okay, yep, that, and then that, okay. And then to launch the vehicle, we actually have to have a rocket on it, which makes sense, you know, launch a vehicle. Anyways, we can get either one of these, and I usually go for this, so, yeah. Because it's more science right off the bat, and that is always good. That is always a good thing, just to get a lot of science right off the bat. Another thing that I'm very excited for is a ton of new parts to play around with in the new game that they've said, and a larger, much larger tech tree, which I think is just gonna be absolutely amazing. So yay, more parts to play around with, more places to go, and more people to play with. Always good, you know. So what we're gonna do here is, let's go ahead and turn on 2x symmetry, do that, boom. I want to grab one more of these, put it right there. Okay, cool. Once you get used to this game, once you play this game for long enough of time, you get used to what you need for pretty much what and when. So yeah. Also, I'm not gonna put the decoupler right here because I feel like it's unnecessary, because the parachute will bring all this back down at a safe rate and not break anything. So it would be a waste of money to put a decoupler and get rid of that. So, you know, you save money from it. So let's go ahead and launch, and go ahead and launch it. and got some science along the way. Okay. So what I've got to do here, use one thermometer on the pad, use one thermometer in air, use one thermometer in the ocean or on land, depending on where I land, and then use one of the mystery goos in the air and one on the ocean or land, depending on where I land, and an EVA report and a crew report. Crew report in air, EVA report on ocean or land, depending on where I land. Go ahead and launch in T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, wait, no, abort, no, undo this. Log temp, there we go. Okay, T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, liftoff. I have no stability systems because you know, I'm using my scientist and not my pilot. Anyways, we gotta act fast. Log temperature, boom, boom, boom. Grab that. That has been grabbed. And crew report, grab the crew report. Time warp over to here. I also love how you can now track above land and water. Although I normally always have it on land because the only time you'd need water, I mean, the land and water, it doesn't like track the land under the water. When you're tracking land, it tracks the water. So, you know, the surface of the water is considered the land, so we're that far away from the top of the water, not from the bottom of the ocean. So the only time you'd really need water, I mean, there might be something that you can do above land that would require use of it, but I'm not sure exactly what that would be. Also, good, we're landing in the ocean, more science. Deploying chutes. Chute is successfully deployed. And chute successfully opened. And falling back to the surface of Kerbin at a rate of 6.8 meters per second average. And 40, 30, 20, 10... touch. There it is. We have splashdown. Okay. Grab one of these here. Boom. Grab one of these here. Bang. Rotate this around. Like so. UVA. VA report. Do that. Back in. Cool. And then recover. We should have got a lot of science from that. Hopefully. Oh, I forgot to play the music back. There we go. Okay, now we have the music going. Alright. Fun. Cool. Nice! We got a lot of science from that. First launch. Beautiful. So, I'm gonna 100% grab this. Then I could either grab this. Go. Alright. So, with this, you get a little bit of stability, and I could put rockets on the side, along with aerodynamics for those rockets on the side. With this, I have a giant solid fuel rocket, more options for liquid fuel tanks, and the Reliant liquid fuel booster. I'm gonna go with this one. Alright. So, what all do we have here? Escape the atmosphere. What else do we have? No, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Test this. Splash down at Kerbin. I will accept. Test this. Splash down at Kerbin. Sure, everything will do. Test this. Landed at Kerbin. Oh wait, no, I can't do anymore. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. We have two things splashed down at Kerbin. We can probably get them in the same rocket. It won't be a beautiful flight, but it will be a flight in which we are alive. And that's all I'm going for. Not going for anything fancier, just going for something that'll work and function properly, while also staying, you know, somewhat reasonable. So that's what I want to go for here. So, if you have to test the 0.625 meter heat shield, we could do this, and of course, we could just slap this on there. Okay, I know exactly how to do this. We could test the swivel by doing that, and then we could test the heat shield by doing that. And then for parachutes, we want 2 drogues and 2 radial mounts. What's the proper name of it? I guess it's, okay, big and drogue, I guess. So it wants me to test this splashdown Kerbin and test that splashdown Kerbin. We can get them both in the same rocket, saves money, and gets it done faster. Easy. I'd prefer to do this with a probe, but I don't have any probes right now, so I'm gonna have to do it manned, which is more unsafe. Actually, I should have grabbed my my pilot, since it'll be safer. So I'm gonna revert the mission back to the vehicle assembly bay, the VAB, and put in my pilot. One of my pilots. There are 2 pilots. I'll put in Jeb. Oh wait, no, Jeb's already in it. Okay, cool. SAS engaged. Testing all systems nominal. Launching T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Engines on. 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of our test vehicle, heading to the Kerbin Oceans to test some rocketry for our partners, in which we have signed contracts with. That's all the boosting I need. The more fuel I can save, the better. And deploy drogues. SAS disengaged. So I'm just gonna run the tests once I get there. And yeah, that's all I need to do. Deploying main chutes in 3, 2, 1. Main chutes deployed. Main chutes activated. And we are go. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, splash. We have successful splashdown, SAS engaged, running our tests. Test ran, contract completed. Running test ran, contract completed. Cool. Reverting flight, recovering vessel. Grabbing our science, grabbing our money, and happying our partners. Good launch. And we saved some money in it too. The stream seems to be going perfectly fine. 60 FPS, 1080. So that's good. That is always good. Always good, dude. Alright. We got some science. We got a lot of money from that, though, which is kind of more important in a way. Not entirely, but still is very good. So, we have 12. Actually, no, I don't think we got any science from that. Okay, but whatever. So, what can we do? We can test the decoupler, landed at Kerbin, and test the drogue and flight over Kerbin. These I am incapable of doing on the same ship, so I'll do the drogue first. So, here's how I do this, right? There is a way to save money with this, right? So, if it wants me to test the decoupler landed at Kerbin, I can do that. Yeah. I can definitely do that. Okay, alright. We just have to make a more functional system here. So, put this on top, and do that. So, it wants me to test a decoupler. So what I'll do is I'll put a heat shield right there, and I'll go ahead and slap a decoupler. Oh wait, no, it wants that decoupler. Okay, well then I'll do it like this. I'll do that, and I'll do that, right? So before launch, we just do that. Then we launch this up. We can control the speed and altitude of everything. And because of that, we're going to be capable of reaching the correct altitude it wants me to reach, whilst also stuff. So yeah, do that, launch, let's go. Let's go. Well, I've already been streaming for 28 minutes. Okay. Alright. Alright, here we are. So, literally all I have to do for this, finished. Contract completed. There we go. Cool. Now for this, flying altitude 4,000 to 7,000 meters at a speed of that. Okay, that can be done. We're going to be launching the test vehicle in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, engines on, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of our test vehicle, heading to an altitude of 4,000 to 7,000 meters at a speed of 230 meters a second to 330 meters a second to test what they want us to test. Speeding, actually no, slowing down to appropriate speed. Okay, this may be a little tough here. We're probably gonna have to A, boost down, or hope gravity can do it for us. I might actually have to boost up. Okay, interesting. Or not, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to boost up here in order to get a proper speed, or not. Just a little bit. Keep it proper, and deploy. And contract completed. There it is. Cool. Drogues have been deployed. Drogues successfully deployed, I guess, for the second time. Actually opened. Deploying main chutes in T-minus 3, 2, 1, deploy. Main chutes deployed, and main chutes open. Moving downwards at a steady rate of 5.5 meters average collectively towards the surface of Kerbin. Touch in 3, 2, 1, touch. Stable. Recover. Alright, nice. Nicely done. We've done it. Alright, okay. Nicely done. Absolutely beautiful, that is. Okay, alright, alright. I think I'm gonna want to go ahead and escape the atmosphere. Our first proper rocket that we're gonna be building. Escape the atmosphere. Here we go. Yep, yep, yep. Alright, okay. We have to build our first proper ship. So, it's gonna look a little something like this. Alright. Base structure down. We're not gonna need those, but we will need a couple of these. Just like that. Let's customize it a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Now, let's go ahead and put a swivel on there. And then we're escaping the atmosphere, so do we have any, no. So I'm gonna do this a little bit more like this here. I'm gonna put one of those on, do it like that, and just empty out the fuel of it so it's pretty much a fuselage. Put some scientific modules on there. Like so. Okay. Then we have not tested one of these at lunch, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to put, let's see here. One for lunch. One for in air and one for out of atmosphere. And then one for splashdown. One for atmosphere. One for wherever we touch down, just in case. And I guess I don't really need that, to be quite frank. Although it would work as a weight, so to speak. So the bottom is slightly more, and I know I didn't completely drain it, I just slightly drained it. So, you know, the bottom is a little bit more heavy than the top would be. So when we're falling, this would be facing down rather than this tipping. So my brother's being very loud and obnoxious, I know. Rather than this tipping and going down and accelerating and crashing. So it works as a little bit as a dead weight. So we can just use that. Then we're gonna add a decoupler right here. And go ahead and I guess add one of these, and that should be enough to just get us out. I mean, we're only having to go up to 70 kilometers, so 70,000 meters up in the air, so it should be perfectly fine. Go ahead and put some fins on it, just like so. Beautiful. Yep, and that should be proper. That stage, decouple, run that engine, decouple that, drugs, main. Cool. This is gonna be our first named and saved craft. It's gonna be the Sky Scraper 1. Save. Let me make sure, yeah, just get that out of there. Cool. Cool. Skyscraper 1, we have it saved. Make sure it's saved. Okay, cool, and go ahead and launch it. Launch it, we are go for launch. Alright, yep. I have the whole mission planned out. We have the ship on the pad right about now. There it is. Okay. SAS engaged. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and run one of these. Log pressure data. Do that. Cool. Just like so. Nicely done. Okay. Launching in T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All systems nominal. Ready for launch. 3, 2, 1. Lift off of the skyscraper 1, heading to leave the atmosphere of Kerbin at a height or altitude of 70 kilometers or 70,000 meters in the air above the surface. And all systems are looking nominal. We're getting some aerodynamic pressures on the ship. We're hitting max Q. And max Q achieved. We're now supersonic. And Miko, main engine cutoff confirmed. And second stage is a go. Throttling down to defeat those aerodynamic pressures on the ship because of max Q, and throttling up in thinner atmosphere. There it is. Go ahead and run one of these pressures. Go ahead and run one of these. Run one of these. Throttling down. Okay. 86 kilometers. Well above the atmosphere. And we have achieved space. And we have the cash rolling in. Alright, running some scientific tests. I'm hoping for 35 signs after this. 35 would be beautiful. Changing to surface mode, pointing towards retrograde. Speed of 580 meters a second. Altitude of 62 kilometers. 650 meters a second, and climbing, and we are at 56 kilometers and decreasing. Firing second engine in T minus 3, 2, 1, fire. .600 meters a second. 37,000 meters. 200 meters a second. 100. And Seco, second engine cut off. We have a little bit of fuel left. We're gonna wait until we accelerate a little bit more due to atmosphere or due to gravity, and then burn the rest of our fuel and stage. Okay, and second engine restart in 3, 2, 1, fire. And we have engine burnout, decoupling, and pointing our whatever it's called, our heat shield towards our re-entry node, and re-entering 350 meters a second at 13 kilometers, 13,000 meters above the surface. 7,000 meters, 6 kilometers. 5 kilometers. Deploying drogues in T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drogues deployed. Drogues activated. Second stage has crash landed below us. And we're at 1,500 meters, 1,500 meters, 1.5 kilometers. Alright. 500 meters. Deploying main chutes in 3, 2, 1. Main chute is deployed. Main chute has been activated. We are moving down at a steady rate of 7.5 meters a second average. We're currently at 120 meters above the surface. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, touch. Did we lose any science? No? Okay, beautiful. Recover. 35. I'm hoping for 35. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get from this mission?
Get you out of here. Do you have any idea what it took to get in here? Not as far as we can come with
Oh wow, a lot more. We got 73.6 science from that. Wow. And we have a lot of funds too. Absolutely beautiful. So we can get a probe, a battery, a science module, science container, and some radiators, along with a new antenna. We get stability parts. We get this, that, that. Alright, I'm gonna grab that, and I'm gonna grab that, and there we go. Cool, cool. Alright, well, we've got a lot already. We've like just barely scratched the surface. We have 333,259 Kerbucks. We have about, what is that, like 70, maybe 80. No, I think that's actually like 80 reputation. 15 science, and all that. Yoinkers. Wow. Alright. Cool. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. We've been streaming for 45 minutes, 3/4 of an hour, and it's been good, been fun. I think I'll end it by running the trailer for KSP 2 again. It's I love that trailer. I can't wait for the game to come out. I want them to take their time, and I want the game to look absolutely magnificent. I want it to play well, but I also want it to look good. Because in all honesty, let's be fair here. This game, it's fun, but it would be a lot more fun if everything was absolutely stunning. I want a game that can run at a good frame rate, but not just that. A game that when at a good frame rate can look just so amazing you wonder how they did it. That is what will 100% grab me. If they can make the game, if they make their target for KSP 2 to make it look better than photorealism, and they don't achieve, that's what I want. Because their target right now is to make it look good. They want it to look good. And they're not going to achieve that. It's still going to look really good, but it's not going to look how good they wanted it to. If they set a higher goal, then they will achieve their previous goal. If they want it to look better than photorealism, then they will get something that looks almost photorealistic. If they really set their minds to make something better than photorealistic. You know, because if you set your mind to make something a little bit almost photorealistic, not exactly, then you're gonna get something that's definitely not photorealistic. Good, but not photorealistic in a realistic game. If they make their goal to make it look so stunning that we're wondering how many years we have passed by already since the first video game was made, you know? I want this game to, like, revolutionize everything. You know, I just want it to be that good. I want it to be absolutely amazing. You know? And the only way they're going to achieve that is if they make their goal better than what they want. And that's what I think. So I hope they really make something absolutely really fun to play. And this is coming from someone with almost 1,500 hours. If I want something that has more accessibility in terms of flexibility, more you can do with ships, more you can go with ships, and I want contracts where it's not pushing you super fast. Contracts where it takes you nice and slow. And maybe even a system where the harder you get, the harder the contracts get. But the more fun they are. Contracts in which, when you first play the game, half the contracts aren't go to this location with a plane when you can't even build a plane yet. You know, because these observation of Kerbin, temperature, things of Kerbin, they want you to go to specific spots and specific altitudes around Kerbin. Something that is very hard to do with a rocket. But once you get ships and planes, is a lot easier and kind of a lot more fun. Because it wants me to go to those altitudes, at those spots, to do these things. And there's like 3 of them at each spot. I want it to be better in those terms. I also like how they're adding multiplayer. That's going to be absolutely great. But I just think the cream of the crop, the top of the cake, the cherry on top, the thing that will make me just really want to dump a ton of money in this game. Which, the game's only going to be around $50-ish. You know, 45 euros, which is about $50. You know, the thing that'll really make me want to dump money into KSP 2 is if it just looks absolutely stunning. You see how this launch area, the grass is like a PNG, nothing. And then you scroll out over here, or well, you look over there, there's no grass, and there's like a couple of trees every 2 miles, like over there, way over there. And then that's pretty much it. I want beautiful, not blended looking surface. I don't want it to look like that. You know, I want it to look beautiful on blends. I want it to not look all smooth and smudged like this. And I want there to actually be grass and trees around, making it nice and green, but also not making it too vibrant. Because the thing I've noticed is if a game, I like how, I mean, maybe a little bit more vibrant than this, but I mean, in the trailers with the real gameplay, from what I've seen from the launch area, it is very green, and I kind of don't like the super greenness of it. I like the darker greens and the grayed out, more dead greens. But I think the dead greens should be around the launch pad. And then it fades, and properly fades, not this fading, good fading, into nice, beautiful, stunning land. You know? The water, it's good, but could be better. It's good, but could be better, you know? And I think the planet, Kerbin, it should be bigger than it is now. Because I believe Kerbin is 1/3 the size of actual Earth. And I think a cool aspect of the game would be if we go into our tracker here, the moon is actually very close to Earth. The moon in real life is able to fit every single one of our planets in our solar system with about an extra moon to spare in between the Earth and the moon. I think the way they should do it is grab every single one of these planets, right? And then make sure that those are able to fit in between here with about an extra moon to spare in between, which would put the moon out to about here-ish, which seems far, but the Earth would be about, you know, this big-ish, you know, real sized. I do definitely want to keep Minmus. Just it should be like a lot further out. So like the moon would be somewhere near like around here. Minmus should be like here. Like it should be very far. And I like how they have the offset orbit of it. I also like how it's very small. So if it was that far out, it would be like very slow moving and everything. But you have to keep in mind, yeah, you're putting something so small far out, and you might be like, oh, it's not even orbiting it anymore because it's so far out the gravitational pull isn't enough. Well, I mean, if you make the Earth bigger, it has, you know, rather than 1/3 the mass of real life Earth, it would have the mass of real life Earth having enough gravity to pull it in. Same with the Mun. You know, I just think it would be a little bit more fun, and it makes it so you have to take a little bit more time to actually get there. And I think there should be more things you should do around here. You know? It tries to start you to go to these planets way too fast after you've, like, gone to Minmus. Like, it wants you to set a station out here around the star, around the sun. Like, right after you go to Minmus. I don't think that's a proper move. I think it should be taken a little bit more slowly, you know? I want it to actually be a very great game with great mechanics. And this KSP, this game, when it was first made, it was made just by the company Squad. No one in partnership. Squad is a Mexican game company, from what I believe.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna search it up right now.
I can find the. I don't have a computing program to do the models. I just write in the code, and I accidentally made a tool instead of mod, so it was like a tool for that's the game created.
Yeah, Squad is a Mexican game developer company, and they're based in Mexico City. And the thing about it, right, is I'm not making that as a racist statement. I'm making that as a statement of the game industry in Mexico isn't as great as it is in other countries such as Japan or America or even like the UK. They don't have a ton of funding, and I know that sounds like I'm making it out like it's government funded. It's definitely 100% not. But their economy doesn't really fit a ton for game development, which is why this game is, like, it's really good of a game. But it wasn't super great until, you know, the other companies started to partner with them. Once the other companies started to partner with them, they had a lot more money to do things. And once you have more money to do things, the more you pay your employees, the more you're going to get out of them. The more money you have to do things, the more you're going to get. So once these companies, like Star Corp, or I think it's the company, right? Star Corp or whatever, teamed up with Squad, that's when all the good updates started to come out, you know, and everything started to look better. And now that I think they have a ton of more funding, with this funding, they can do absolutely great things. and with the time that they have, because the thing about the Kerbal community, unlike other communities, is if they say they're gonna get a game done at a time, and then if the game developers want to take a little bit more time to do things, instead of us going off like, no, we want the game now, we say no. Even if they are gonna launch on the day that they said, the community that we have for this company and this game is a community that will be like, hey, even if you're ready on this date, we want you to take longer to 100% make sure everything is perfect and just beautiful and works perfectly, everything correlates with each other. Take your time. Like, every single person that I've seen who is big at streaming and making content on this game, and every person I've spoke to who plays this game, really wants them to take their time to make stunning stuff. And that's what I want too. Graphics wise, going back to there, I want their target to be the graphics look just as good as the trailer. They're not gonna achieve it, but when you set a goal, you always are gonna hit something a little bit less than that goal. So you want to hit a goal that is over what you want, so in the end, you hit something that is better than what you originally would have had, right? You would have hit your goal from beforehand. So say you have a goal. You're gonna get a little bit less than that goal. But then you set a goal higher than the original goal. Your end product is gonna be pretty much your original goal, which is better. And that's what we want. We want better. Not just good. We want better. We want the best. And we want them to take their time. And if everything is that way, it's just gonna be absolutely amazing. And yeah, and I believe that the thing about this company that other companies are doing is, I'm not gonna say that they're a monopoly, but they're a very big company that can easily exploit people for money and all that stuff. Especially when one company, which is bigger than another company, is partnering with each other, like how Bungie partnered with Activision. Activision took advantage of Bungie, and now Bungie is leaving Activision, and everything's getting better now that Bungie has a ton more money, right? The thing about these companies that are coming together to make this game is they don't want your money. They want money so they can support themselves, their employees, and support themselves for the future, not so they can support their great-great-great-great-grandchildren for the future. You know, they're gonna make a beautiful, stunning game and charge it for people properly. Not, you know, $120 for a game. They're gonna, a nice $50, that is perfect pricing for a game that's coming out. Especially because the CEO of whichever company said that there's gonna be 0 microtransactions in the game. So no, like, mini DLCs in which you would buy, like, a $5 thing to get, like, a new engine, right? That's not gonna exist. And it shouldn't ever exist. Which is great that I think that the CEO said that. And I am fine with transactions like DLCs, because DLCs make it so you can still 100% play the base game without having to buy the DLC. The DLC is extra content if you want to go outside of the original game. The original game and DLCs are two completely different things at that point. Just how the 2 DLCs for this game right here are history expansion packs, right? And stuff like that. So, rather than having them be stuff like, you know, buy this pack of parts, it's more of buy this pack of parts with a historical background, and you really only ever use if you're doing a realistic run or something like that. It's not, you know, it doesn't give you an unfair advantage, which I think is great. It's beautiful to finally see companies that aren't taking advantage of each other truly want to make something beautiful, and that's why they came together not so they could exploit each other. And a company that's not exploiting their customers and is pro-consumer, right? It's gonna be great. And they can surely do great. They're working hard, and I'm just excited to see the game when it comes out, but I'm not rushing them. I want them to take their time. 100%. So, with that, I'm probably gonna end it here. Be gone for an hour and 2 minutes. So, yeah. That's gonna be that. I'll see all you guys in the next one. You're all amazing. And, yeah. Peace. Private Division, that's the other company. There's 3 companies. Squad, Private Division, and was it StarCorp? I think so, yeah. Cool. Okay, leaving. Bye. Star Theory, that's the other company. Star Theory, Private Division, and Squad. Anyways, have a good day. You're all amazing people. See ya. Speed out.